This is
Neverland Navigation Radio,
where we dive back into the shark-infected waters of
Infected.
Jaws. Oh, I meant to say infested.
It does work, though.
Jaws the Ride.
The sequel.
Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. If you didn't listen to, I almost said watch. If you didn't listen to Jaws the Ride Part 1, then you're
going to be confused.
You're going to be confused.
I mean, not really, but...
Yeah, you might get the gist.
You missed the beginning.
And you missed the drama.
Oh my gosh, so much drama.
There was a lot of drama in that episode.
Yeah, episode 1's more high drama than I'm guessing episode 2 is going to be.
Yes, well, you know, the sequel sometimes can be a different feel.
Yes.
From the original. That's okay.
Yeah, they had a rocky start, which we already covered in episode 1, and yeah, just like the movie.
Right, so, just like the movie, yeah. Maybe you're familiar with the catastrophe that was the production of the original Jaws film, and in part 1 we did cover that Jaws the Ride unfortunately suffered some similar, let's say, setbacks.
It is kind of funny that Jaws the movie had an issue with putting an animatronic in water, and then for the ride they're like, yeah, let's just put an animatronic in water.
I know.
What could go wrong?
Yeah. Yeah, well, they found out, didn't they?
They did, the hard way.
And if you want to find out, listen to part 1.
Yeah.
And today we're going to wrap up that story. Thank you guys so much for joining us for this episode of Neverland Navigation Radio. If you would like to help support us in telling more of these interesting tales from theme park history, then you can do that by subscribing to the show wherever you listen to podcasts and by leaving us a podcast review. It helps to boost us up in the podcast search results, and of course, we love reading your feedback.
Yes, we love talking to you guys.
Yes.
Also, if you are thinking about taking a Universal or Disney or cruise vacation, please consider sending me an email at morgan@neverlandnavigation.com, because I am a free-to-you travel agent, and my clients get the same deal that they could spend weeks hunting out themselves, or better by booking with me. You're not going to pay more by booking with a travel agent. And my commission comes from the place that you're traveling to. And so as a thank you to my clients, I give them free custom trip t-shirts for everyone in their family. So it's super fun. So if you were going to Universal and everybody in your family wanted a fun Jaws shirt, I could do that.
Fun.
Yeah.
That would be so cute. Love that.
Yeah.
An Amity Island shirt.
Oh, I love it.
How fun.
I love the vibe.
Me too. Yeah, absolutely. Let Morgan help you navigate your next vacation. You can call her Skipper Morgan.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if she'll love it, but you can do it.
I will. That would be fun.
It does sound fun. All right, Morgan, are we ready to pick back up where we left off?
Yes, I'm super excited. Let's just dive in.
I've got my life vest on.
So many puns.
Just in case.
All right. So at the end of the last episode, we were talking about the 1993 Jaws the Ride, the sequel, which is not what it was called officially, but that's what people were calling it, because when they originally made it in 1990, there were so many problems that they just shut it down, scrapped it, and redid it, and then it reopened in 1993. So once the revamped Jaws ride opened, it quickly became a beloved fixture at Universal Studios Florida. Guests now experienced a reliable, still adrenaline-charged attraction that delivered consistent thrills. The basic storyline remained, just a few differences that we talked a little bit on the last one.
Right.
A tour on Captain Jake's Amity Boat Tours.
That's me.
Did you remember that it was called that?
No.
Yeah, that's the name of the fictional boat tour that you go on.
Be right back. Gotta change my Instagram handle.
Yeah. I definitely need to make you a shirt that's got like a name tag that's Captain Jake's Amity Boat Tours.
Okay, we're busy. We're gonna film this later, actually. We're gonna record this another time. I need that immediately.
Yeah, fun.
How great.
Yeah, I know. I love it. I was super happy when I saw that. And then I looked it up to see if it was like, I just wanted to see if there was more like lore associated. You know how Disney will like make up a fictional character and then give them a backstory.
Right.
It's pretty black and white here.
Okay, yeah.
Captain Jake owns a Amity Boat Tour company.
Good for him. That's That's all I need.
He has a last name. I don't remember it at this moment.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, that's a fun little coincidence because I did love this ride.
Yeah. Anyway, the boat tour goes awry when Jaws returns and the skipper must fend off the shark through multiple close encounters.
Yes.
The ride's queue area, which I teased that I was going to tell you guys about on this episode, helped set the stage with charming details. It was designed to hold up to 1,000 people, which that is the amount that would be in line if it were a 90-minute wait.
Okay.
And was filled with nautical props and in-jokes. While they were waiting, and oh my gosh, I don't know why this is so silly, but I miss this. This was in a bunch of rides, what I'm about to say. So while you were in line, there were a bunch of TVs, and you were watching WJWS 13, the station that bites. And it was a fictional local TV station looping cheesy Amity Island news, weather, and talk shows, peppered with references to Jaws and other Universal films.
Aww.
So they did this also in the Backlot tour in Disney MGM Studios.
Right.
They actually still do something like this in the Spider-Man ride in Universal.
They kind of do, yeah.
I just kind of like it. You know what I mean?
Too.
It gives you something to watch. Of course, these rides were made before everybody had their cell phone and wasn't focusing on anything other than the phone in front of their face.
It's true.
But I like it. I like how cheesy it was. I like the vibe.
I do too. And it's like in the universe of the ride, so you get some story development along the way. But most of all, it's just some fun in-theme entertainment.
Yes, exactly. And I'm sure cheap in the grand scheme of things as far as queue entertainment. And I don't know, I liked it. Fictional local TV station. It's creative. It's
cheesy, just like a tourist town would be.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense.
Totally.
There were also actual props from the Jaws sequels adorned in the queue as well. Funny that there were sequels, right? Like,
yeah.
I don't think any of them did as nearly as well as the first one, right?
No, the first one definitely was like an iconic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My husband and child watch Santa Jaws every Christmas, so I don't know why. It's like a weird tradition in our house, but
you've got a soft spot for.
We do.
For Jaws, yeah.
I guess that's it. Not me. I'm usually busy, but anyway. I mean, not that I don't have a soft spot. I don't know. It's a cheesy movie.
It is. It's one of those like Sharknado.
Yes.
You know about that?
Yes. They're actually. I didn't even put this down because it was kind of silly. But there is a Jaws like Easter egg in Sharknado.
Oh, really?
But I don't know Sharknado well enough to know what they were talking about when I was reading this. And I was like, I'm gonna sound dumb if I start talking about
No, it's one of those movies anyway that you like.
You watched it?
I've seen it.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
It's one of those movies you watch to like laugh at and make fun of.
Yeah. Then that's how Santa Jaws is. Yeah.
Yes, it's kind of fun with a group.
So there were the props in there, which I love. There were 2 boats from Jaws 4.
Cool.
Neptune's Folly and Amity police boats. Those were both there.
I remember the police boat.
Yeah. Tying the ride to the broader Jaws film lore.
Fun.
Even the boathouse scene on the ride contained Easter eggs. The 1990 version named the boathouse Jay's Boathouse as a nod to Jay Stein, who is the Universal executive who championed this ride.
Right, he was the one that wanted Jaws to be its own separate thing.
He deserves his own ride.
Cool.
Yeah, so they gave him a nod there, which is fantastic.
That boathouse was the scariest part of the ride to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're in like darkness. The tour guide, the skipper has a flashlight.
Yeah.
And that's the only thing that's lighting you up, but you know the shark is in there with you.
Right. Ugh.
Spooky.
Yeah, that's definitely the scariest part because you add that dark element.
I know.
Yeah.
Really amps things up, yeah.
Over the years, the Jaws ride remained popular, but was not without ongoing challenges. The attraction was costly to run, like crazy. The skipper's boats ran on gasoline, and the fire effects devoured fuel and, of course, money at a ridiculous rate.
Right.
They were going off constantly. This was just a gas guzzler of a ride.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I would not have thought of something like that.
Me neither, but when you say it, it's like, oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, and for a lot of us Floridians will kind of remember this. In 2004, a series of hurricanes hit Florida, and it was crazy. They're just one after the other, and it led to rising fuel prices, and Universal decided to put Jaws on a seasonal schedule. They were like, we can't afford this gas.
Yeah. Was that like the Francis, Jean, Charlie situation?
Charlie, for sure.
Like up in there? I think it
so.
was around that time.
Yeah, I don't remember the names. They
I
weren't
know,
as
blend together when you live here.
Yeah, they weren't as catastrophic as far as deaths is concerned as like Katrina, but it was just nonstop.
Bop, bop, bop.
Yeah.
That was wild.
Yeah. In January 2005, the ride was closed until further notice and stayed mostly shuttered for the rest of that year.
Ooh.
So this is all because of like fuel prices at the time were just making it not feasible for them.
Right.
Fans were not happy. Jaws was considered a classic, and many complained about its limited availability, and Universal responded by bringing Jaws back full-time in February 2007 after adding some refurbishments. So they're like, it's okay, we were doing some stuff.
Yeah, well, I'm glad they at least went in and touched some stuff up while they couldn't operate.
That's what they did. They touched some stuff up. When it returned, the ride got the queue was refreshed and cleaned, boats were repainted, and the shark animatronics themselves were spruced up with new paint and some added gore, some extra blood and thrashing movements to make the attacks more visceral.
Okay, cool. Bring it a little closer to the original 1990 version, I suppose.
Which is interesting.
Right.
And then the fire effects were toned down a little at that time, which was probably to save on fuel.
Okay.
I mean, these fire effects were, ginormous.
Yeah, I think you and I remember them in their full glory, which I'm glad for. But wow, I can imagine that they were gas guzzlers.
People weren't upset. I don't even know that. I'd be surprised. I'd be surprised if a ton of people even realized.
Yeah.
Because it had been closed down for 2 years.
Exactly.
So whenever, it's kind of like the thing at Haunted Mansion where it was pretty obvious that those ghosts that pop up behind the tombstones had slowed way the heck down.
Right.
But then you were kind of like questioning your memory.
Exactly.
Like, was I just younger?
I know.
And I thought that they were going faster. You know what I mean?
It was a long time ago.
Yeah. Maybe it was just really hot outside that day. Like
maybe I'm delusional.
Right. I did that with the Haunted Mansion thing. I could definitely see people doing that with this.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I see that.
For a generation of park goers, Ride the Movies was it was just Jaws was it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, I can totally see that.
It was epitomized by Jaws.
Right.
Children who had never even seen that 1975 film screamed as the giant shark burst from the water, and adults who grew up fearing open water, like my mom, relived that terror in a tongue-in-cheek kind of theme park way.
Yeah.
So it didn't really seem to matter whether you knew the movie or not.
Right.
The skippers' performances also added to the fun. Many played it campy and over the top, acting as if they were truly terrified of the shark.
Love that.
And then some skippers became fan favorites for their dramatic reactions or occasional ad-libs, and their roles drew comparisons to Disney's Jungle Cruise guides.
Yeah.
Except no jokes here, but
but over the top.
With Jungle Cruise, you can have a good skipper, you could have a bad skipper, that kind of thing. Although them saying that some of them became fan favorites really reminds me of Tower of Terror.
Okay.
Where there's that specific guy. I don't know.
Bellhop.
Yes, he was in the commercials even. He was such a fan favorite. I saw him not that long ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I do love when
he's like famous.
Yeah, Disney famous.
Disney famous.
I love when cast members really commit to the bit. And whether you're a team member at Universal or a cast member at Disney, I just love, my heart really goes out to those who became fan favorites because they went over the top every single show.
Yeah.
You are the reason that these rides were magical for us, like in no small part. I really think it has a big impact on the experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, people have always said that this ride, Jaws, is Universal's answer to the Jungle Cruise, and they say that because of the animatronic animals and the boat ride and the live skipper and stuff like that. But there's another reason. So Bob Matty, who's the special effects wizard who built the original Jaws shark for Spielberg, had also designed animatronics for Disney's Jungle Cruise decades earlier.
I didn't know.
Very cool connection.
Yeah,
I like
cool.
By late 2011, however, rumors were swirling that Jaws might finally be on the chopping block. Universal Orlando had struck gold with the wizarding world of Harry Potter in the adjacent Islands of Adventure Park, and plans were afoot to bring the second Potter-themed land to Universal Studios Florida. On December 2nd, 2011, Universal Orlando officially announced that the Jaws ride and its surrounding Amity-themed area would close for good on January 2nd, 2012 to make room for an exciting new experience. I guess because for me, going on Jaws was something that I did when I was younger. I didn't really even realize that that's the footprint that it had.
Right.
It's interesting. I'm sure you did
only because I had seen it online.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't have known unless it was brought to my attention by the internet.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's that's the trade-off.
That's what happened. Yeah. Longtime fans and employees gathered on that final day to give Jaws a proper send-off. The last boat departed around 9 p.m. on January 2nd, 2012, piloted fittingly by a skipper named Michael Skipper, who took the final 48 lucky guests on one more voyage through Amity's perilous waters. By the next morning, work walls encircled the area, and demolition of the 7-acre lagoon and village began almost immediately. The space once occupied by Jaws in Florida was completely transformed into the wizarding world of Harry Potter Diagon Alley, which opened in 2014, featuring the Escape from Gringotts coaster, which is where the shark-infested waters once stood.
Really?
I know. That's what I'm saying.
I didn't know that specifically.
Right.
Wow. Okay.
When we learned about Disney filling in the area that they're filling in Magic Kingdom, the water, and putting a land there, that was the first, for me, that was like oh my God, you're going to fill in a water space, but they had done this.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Wow. That is fascinating.
I just knew one was gone, and yeah.
Yeah, so they filled in the lagoon.
Yeah.
Poured a foundation and built a roller coaster.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, and a huge amount of queue space as well, of course.
Right. That queue was massive.
Yeah.
Right.
While the beloved ride was gone, Universal did preserve a few tributes. The iconic hanging shark statue, which is the photo op that I'm sure everybody's familiar with, was saved and relocated to the nearby San Francisco area of the park, and available this day for people to pose next to this giant suspended shark.
We had to do
that. Done it recently,
yeah. And I'm glad we did, and I'm glad it's still the original shark.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Now adjacent to the Lombard Seafood Restaurant and Chez Alcatraz Bar, one of the last physical remnants of Amity in the park. In fact, Chez Alcatraz's decor included a whole wall of Jaws memorabilia around a boat helm, quietly honoring the closed ride. And I guess we're gonna have to go and look for that because I haven't seen that.
Nope, next trip, that's where we're going.
Yeah. Other subtle remnants of Amity Island also live on. There's a dockside building labeled Amity Lobster Co. and a small restroom building from the area that was left standing as a nod to the past.
Okay,
I guess.
Weird.
I don't know if I would call that a nod to the past.
We could do a whole episode of weird theme park bathrooms. Because remember when we were doing Epcot, and the only thing in Epcot when it opened was Scandinavia themed was the bathroom?
Yeah.
What the heck was that about?
So weird.
So now the only thing we have that's Amity Island themed is a sign that says Amity Lobster Co. and a bathroom.
And a small bathroom. Wait, I don't even understand this. Are you saying it's in Harry Potter, in Diagon Alley?
I don't know. I don't get it.
I don't get it either. And I don't know that that's a nod so much as a money saving tactic, but maybe I don't understand. Maybe they mean outhouse and it's a decorative thing.
Okay.
But I don't think
we'll do some
so.
research maybe. Yeah,
maybe we'll look into
Weird.
it.
Okay.
The closing of Jaws was bittersweet.
Yeah.
On one hand, many were sad to lose a classic, but then on the other hand, the ride had a reputation for high operating costs and downtime. Universal's bet paid off though, because the Harry Potter area, of course, is still ginormous.
Right.
But fans have not forgotten Jaws, and on YouTube, there's a point of view video of the final ride, and it's garnered hundreds of millions of views as of 2025.
I'm at least a couple million.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
No, I'm just joking. I have seen it, though.
But millions, hundreds of millions. That's crazy.
I think people just really cherished this memory.
Yeah. Yeah. And that was, that I get it. We go back and look at we watch videos of old rides to just feel the nostalgia washing through us.
Absolutely, yeah. And
Yeah.
it was a standout from the trip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Theme park enthusiasts often cite the Jaws ride as one of Universal's greatest achievements in the practical effects and immersive storytelling. Its mix of live performance interactions, massive animatronics, and pyrotechnics made it a one-of-a-kind experience that's still talked about long after its closure. And in this year, 2025, it is the Jaws 50-year anniversary.
Yes.
And so they've got a lot of stuff going on in Universal to celebrate that. Not a lot. Obviously, they can't bring back the ride, but there's a bunch of food items right now.
Fun.
And I just thought that was something that I would mention because if you're a super fan of Jaws, it's a cool thing to be able to go, get this shark themed food.
Yeah, that is fun.
Yeah. For a second, I'm going to talk about Jaws in Hollywood.
Okay.
Jump over to California coast, where kind of it all began.
Okay.
All right. So, I mean, when we think of Jaws, when most people think of the Jaws ride, they think of the Orlando version because that's huge.
It's true.
But Universal Studios Hollywood had its own Jaws attraction long before Orlando's version ever swam into existence. And in fact, the inspiration for the Florida ride came from a much smaller scale Jaws scene that happens on the famous studio tour in Hollywood.
Okay, this is very normal for Universal.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Just a year after the film's release, which was in the summer of, it was released in 75. So in the summer of 1976, Jaws Lake debuted as a new highlight on the Backlot Tram Tour.
That must have been so exciting.
I know.
Yeah.
We went to Universal Hollywood last year. Was it last year at this point? Might have been a little bit further than that. And it was closed for renovation, and I was crying.
No.
Anyway, as the tram, because this is still something that's there, by the way.
Yeah.
As the tram entered the sleepy coastal village set of Amity, built on a studio backlot, guests were treated to a bit of theater, a tranquil scene of a fisherman identified as Ben Gardner from the movie is sitting by his boat. Moments later, John Williams' ominous score, that's it, would invisibly cue up in guests' mind as a dorsal fin sliced through the water. Ooh. The mechanical shark lunged, tipping Gardner's boat and sending the hapless fisherman into the lagoon amid a cloud of blood. Oof. The tram would shudder as it crossed a bridge. Then a yellow barrel, which is a reference to the film's shark tracking barrels, popped up, signaling the shark's return. In a climactic surprise, Jaws himself bursts out of the water right beside the tram, jaw agape, causing screams and laughter before subsiding back into the depths.
Dang.
So, just a little...
Yeah, just a splash of Jaws.
Yeah, a splash. The Hollywood Jaws encounter, though much shorter than the Florida ride, was groundbreaking for its time. It gave fans a chance to face the beast that had terrified moviegoers in 1975. Guests loved it, recalled John Murdy, a creative director at Universal Studios Hollywood. It quickly became one of the tram tour's most famous scenes.
Yeah.
Bolstered by Jaws' success, Universal added other blockbuster set pieces to the tour. So this was the first one. Cool. Now you go through I want to say 5 or 6 without taking the time to stop and think about it. Right. And some of them have changed throughout the years.
Yes, there's been some swap.
Yeah. Yep. Jaws' popularity in Hollywood also proved to Universal that attractions based on film could draw crowds, a lesson that paved the way for the standalone Jaws ride in Orlando. Wow. And then later Japan.
Look at that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Over the years, Hollywood's Jaws scene received a few upgrades, notably in 2001. The year the Florida ride's clone opened in Japan, Universal Hollywood gave Jaws Lake a major refurbishment overseen by John Murdy.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, they added new pyrotechnic effects And now when the shark attacked a fuel dock, which is similar to the gas dock concept in Florida,
Yeah.
flames would shoot out, adding heat and drama for tram passengers.
Okay.
The shark animatronic itself was updated with more fluid movements and a sleeker look. The result was even more thrilling encounter. And this enhanced 2001 version of the Jaws tram stop is still in operation today on the studio tour.
It is really cool that they updated it to be a little bit more like Florida, and that a version of this experience still does exist.
Yes, exactly.
Love that.
One remarkable aspect is that Hollywood's Jaws is never permanently closed. Just little bits of closing, like when I was there.
Right. Just specifically for you.
Yeah. It survived even the catastrophic backlot fire of 2008, which destroyed the King Kong attraction that's on the tour, the tram tour. But it left Jaws Lake unscathed, which when I first read this, I was like, well, yeah, it's water. You know what I mean? But there are a ton of like houses and stuff along the lake that I guess didn't get,
Oh, thank goodness. Yeah.
Didn't get affected. To this day, tram tour guides play up the nostalgia and suspense. They might jokingly yell, "There, is that? Nah, that's just a plastic shark." Right before the giant great white bursts from the water, eliciting delightful shrieks. They celebrated, Universal Studios Hollywood are celebrating the 50th anniversary of Jaws this year by highlighting how this modest 1976 shark attack scene helped cement Universal's identity as the place where movies come to life.
Yeah.
Okay, so next I'm going to talk about Universal in Japan, because this is crazy. Did you know, before I started telling you, that this ride still exists in the world?
No.
Yeah, this ride is still in Japan. The only full Jaws ride still operating in the world today resides in Universal Studios Japan. Good. They call it USJ a lot, so I might, if I call it that, that's what I'm talking about.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, when that park opened in 2001, so not until the 2000s, it probably featured Jaws as one of its opening day attractions. This is crazy because it's a 1975 movie,
right?
Along with other Universal classics like Back to the Future and Jurassic Park. In essence, Japan's Jaws is a carbon copy of Florida's 1993 version, right down to the layout and effects. Yeah, so we can go on it. We just have to hop a 18-hour flight. There are a few differences in experience. The most obvious is language. The entire ride is performed in Japanese.
Okay.
Yeah. Skippers deliver the same dramatic beats, surprise, fear, corny reassurances, and all, but in Japanese, and often with even more enthusiasm than their American counterparts.
Amazing.
Yeah, so fans who have ridden both often remark that Japan's skippers put on an incredibly energetic show, really selling the panic and the shark attacks.
Cool.
Yeah, and the people that have ridden both say that in the US it wasn't done as well consistently.
Cool. So they're really keeping the spirit of that alive.
Yeah.
Very cool.
For non-Japanese speakers, they don't provide translation headsets, so you just have to go with the flow of the actors, but the ride story is easy to follow.
Yeah. And
through visuals alone, and you don't need a translator to feel the feelings that you get.
Yeah, and you know what the Jaws ride is going to be.
Yeah, right.
You know what this is.
Or why are you on it? Yeah,
right, exactly.
Right. Another difference, the queue in Japan has some unique touches. While it does feature the WJWS Amity TV broadcast videos from the Orlando ride, they just reuse the same footage.
Cool.
Crazy. The queue there has a museum-like displays about Amity's history.
Oh, okay.
Fascinating.
Fun.
But I don't know that we would get it if we went over there unless we really had a lot of time, because they get to read backstory details, but it's in Japanese, and see artifacts that flesh out the fictional town, which deepens the immersion.
Very cool.
I love that.
Yeah.
We'd have to translate everything.
Well, now there is, with the new, at the time of recording this, there is new iPhone technology coming out that allows for live translation. So like you can hold your phone up to something and it'll translate it from Japanese to English.
And I think this is a lot of reading stuff, I think. So there would need to be that too. But yeah.
Right.
Very cool.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yes.
It's cool that they added some original touches as well. Like, obviously, the experience of the ride itself being a copy of the Florida version makes me very happy because that is the version that I love the most, and I'm glad that it exists for those people.
Yeah.
But the fact that they went a step further to add some additional backstory is really fun.
An additional fictional backstory.
I know.
It makes me so happy.
Right.
Very cool that they did that. The overall theming of the Amity Village in Japan is meticulous. It feels like a quaint fishing harbor, complete with storefronts and nautical decor. Many signs are in English because they're from the movie, right? So Amity Boat Tours is the same. It's written in English.
Cool.
To stay on theme.
Right.
But all of the staff interactions are in Japanese. Interestingly, they didn't include even Chinese or Korean, despite the fact that a lot of people from China and Korea come, like that's a big draw going to Universal, but they just didn't. They just left it. It's just Japanese.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. They were focused on their domestic Japanese audience.
They're like, let's not get too crazy now. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Well, and I get it because if you've got whatever
team
skippers that are playing a character,
right?
It would take the character away from them to have to say things in multiple languages.
Agreed. Yeah.
Yeah. The ride itself in Japan is virtually the same scene by scene as Orlando's. Like I said before, you can depart Captain Jake's dock, pass Brody's house, hear a distress call. Amity 3 is what it says. Tour boat is in trouble.
Yeah.
And then see
that just brought back so many memories.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And then see the wreckage of a boat. The boathouse scene with the shark smashing through the wall, much like Florida's originally, providing a dark indoor scare moment like we were talking about. So they have all of that. It's all there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Amazing.
For Japanese audience, it's a spectacular mix of action and comedy and has remained quite popular over the years. Even in recent seasons, Jaws often commands a healthy wait time, showing that the appeal of a giant shark attack is pretty universal.
Oh.
Pun intended.
Love that.
Yeah. They have Universal Japan, I should say, has embraced Jaws in other ways too, and this makes me so jealous.
Oh?
There's a whole Amity Village area around the ride, including eateries and shops. A fan favorite is the Amity Landing restaurant, which serves seafood and even a famous Jaws-themed burger. And of course, outside of the ride, the tradition lives on with them having a hanging shark photo op, of course.
Yay.
Yeah. But having the restaurants and stuff like that, that's so cool.
You could have like a whole little Jaws afternoon.
Yes, exactly. It's
How
like you're there.
Fun.
All right, let's see where I'm at. Sorry. As of 2025, Universal Studios Japan's Jaws ride is the last of its kind.
Yeah.
Aside from the Hollywood Tram Tour cameo, it's not the same, but it's in the same vein, I guess. So.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, it stands as a time capsule of the 1990s era theme park. So yeah, if you really want, you can still go.
I do really want.
Yeah, and it's nice because today rides are made with screens and 3D things, and it's a refreshing that they have a very popular old school classic ride. Like
physical sets, animatronics, special effects.
Yeah,
I mean,
a cast member that is doing the acting. Yeah, amazing.
Cool.
All right. This is what I told you in the last episode that I was going to get to touch on later. I'm kind of in the random information section.
I love this part.
Okay, great.
Yes.
So operating Jaws was a labor intensive thing, and I was telling you, every night after park closed, divers and technicians would service the sharks.
Yeah.
The floor. Oh, I'm off of Japan now. Sorry, I don't.
Okay.
I'm on to the random stuff.
Yeah.
The Florida Lagoon was a freshwater environment to avoid the saltwater issues that they had with the movie.
Okay, so we learned something.
Yeah. But
We got
still,
something, yeah.
water would cause rust and wear. The mechanics were underwater, pumps, cables, airlines, it all had to be maintained. And in early years, they reportedly had to drain and clean the sharks daily.
Oh my gosh.
Similar to how the film crew scrubbed and repainted Bruce constantly during the Martha's Vineyard shoot.
Oof.
Can you even imagine?
That must be so
And
annoying.
this added to the cost. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I can only imagine.
There were multiple shark animatronics. They had to pull them up. They had to drain them. They had to deep clean them. They had to send them back out. That's a whole night's worth of work. Every night. Later, improved materials reduced this need, but maintenance was still nonstop. The ride had multiple redundancy systems too. For example, if one shark was down, they could sometimes still operate using the others and tweaking the script. Like a skipper could radio that they spotted the shark, but it got away.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, cool.
Little plan B.
Yeah, a little contingency. I like it.
Still, if any major element failed, like the fire didn't go off or the finale shark froze, they'd have to evacuate and reset, which happened not infrequently.
Oh no.
Yeah, even after then. Now I'm talking about the newer one, the 1993 and on. So obviously the 1991 was a total dumpster fire.
Yeah, wow. I never had to get evac'd off of this.
No, yeah, I didn't either.
Yeah.
Interesting. I don't know how that would work.
Yeah, sounds bad.
Yeah. Universal had divers on standby to manually move a stuck shark or retrieve large debris if something fell in, like a human. Just kidding. Sorry, Guy. I hope this isn't bad for you.
I'm sure Mr. Simone is laughing.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good. I'm not saying anything mean.
No, of course.
I'm really making fun of Universal. If you
I
think
know.
about it.
Why did y'all throw that man in there? That's crazy. Yeah.
Despite all the headaches, the Jaws ride's engineering was considered a milestone.
Yeah.
It demonstrated that with enough determination and money, you could tame a mechanical shark on water. So, and people were really not, people in the industry were very skeptical about this working. So,
yeah, I can see why, because the movie was so problematic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my last little tidbit here is that there is a rumor, and there's no way of confirming this, about that Universal buried a shark, one of the shark animatronics, under what is now Gringotts.
What?
Yeah, you haven't heard this rumor?
No.
It's like the Walt's Head rumor, but like a little, at least more realistic. This one I actually think is possible.
Tell me.
So I mean, it's just basically what I said. Universal team members have sometimes told a spooky tale that when Diagon Alley was built over Jaws' old home, one of the old animatronic sharks was left buried under the concrete as a sort of tribute, but it also could have been because it was just too much trouble to haul it out, so they just left it. And according to this tongue-in-cheek legend, a goblin statue in Gringotts Bank now sits roughly above the rusting Bruce. Not confirmed, but fun story, I guess.
Wow, that is fun. You know what I would love? A Halloween Horror Nights house that's like the boathouse scene.
So they did a Halloween Horror Nights Jaws kind of themed thing a few years ago. Really? I believe it was 2022.
Nice.
And it was pretty vague. It was more like a fishing. I obviously didn't see it. I say obviously because Jake knows that I'm way too much of a scaredy cat to go to Halloween Horror Nights pre the Don't Scare Me necklace.
Right. Right.
But anyway, yeah, and it from what I've read, it sounded like it was kind of like it had nods to Jaws,
but it was like a nautical theme.
It was like a fishing, like a fisherman. I kind of was imagining what's that? I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Oh,
vibes.
Okay, got it. Yeah, like a summer, like fishing trip gone.
Did you see? I Know What You Did Last Summer, and there's the fishermen, and like that whole area is real spooky.
Right.
Yeah.
I could see that, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's what I mean. Cool. I honestly think that that scene of when you're in the boathouse and you hear the noises and you got the flashlight. There's like if they like a window drops out and a big old shark head pops through. I feel like that's a Halloween Horror Nights house in
Yeah. Oh,
itself.
for sure, for
Yeah.
sure. Um, yeah, I'm trying to find the information on it.
Oh,
I was
about
seeing
the
if I could.
fisherman. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I was hoping I could find something about it real quick, but of course that doesn't happen when I try to do something
Well,
really
that's
fast.
okay. I know we didn't exactly plan to delve into these particular waters.
Yeah, I just found it real easy earlier, but anyway.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
it's cool that they continue to kind of touch on Jaws a little bit here and there.
yeah,
I do like that Universal kind of has this thing where they regularly honor their past
I
attractions.
love it.
It's something that I think they actually do a little bit better than Disney sometimes.
Yeah, I do too. I think Disney's starting to come around, but
Agreed.
yeah, because right now there's like that candy shop that you can go into that's got
Yeah.
merch and some food items and stuff like that. And I think that's just there for the 50th
Hmm.
anniversary. But I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, well, super cool. I'm glad that they continue to honor the legacy of this ride because I think for people like you and I, it was a really exciting moment in the possibilities of what a live entertainment water ride hybrid could be.
Yeah.
How fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really fascinating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's super fun. I had no idea it would be this interesting, to be honest with you. Like, I thought, oh, classic ride. I want to do some research on this. And then, like, when I got in, I was like, so much
Oh,
information. And everything was so exciting.
yeah, it's a really exciting like tale in itself to hear like what they went through trying to get this thing right.
Yeah.
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 Well, all right. Thank you guys for taking a bite out of Universal history with us. We
So many
appreciate you
puns.
sticking with us and for listening to all of our shark puns. If you guys would like to hear more history or to see some merchandise, food, and experience content from inside of the different theme parks around our area, you can do that by following us on Instagram or TikTok at Neverland Navco.
Yes. And we also have that shirt shop I was talking about earlier. It's called Neverland Navigation on Etsy. You can send us a message and tell us what kind of custom shirt that you're interested in, or dish towel or sweatshirt. But this is also where your custom shirts come from, trip shirts for your whole family. If you decide to let me help you book your next vacation, whether it's Universal, Disney, or cruise, by emailing me at morgan@neverlandnavigation.com.
Absolutely. All right. We're off to stay out of the water. So we'll see you on
On our
our
next
next adventure.
adventure.
Goodbye.
Bye.